Hi lads and lasses, and welcome to Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave, and welcome to October's edition of A Chuck and a Chat. Right, hi lads and lasses, and welcome to this edition of A Chuck and a Chat. What we're going to do today is we're going to have a little bit of an informative video, which will be section 1. What we're going to talk about is your mental preparedness, or your mental side of the game. We're going to address one or two little points about that side of the game, the mental side, which of course, as I've said before, is probably about 80% of the actual game itself. Then what we're going to do is go on to a new section in section 2, which is going to be another darts review. What we're going to do is the darts reviews are going to be like nice and easy going, not as intense. If you want to see the in-depth darts reviews for any of the darts that I actually do any reviews on and use for raffles, etc., if you go to the Darts Review channel on YouTube or on Google, if you go to Darts Nuts on YouTube or Google or Facebook, or if you go to it on Twitter, you will then be able to get through to Darren Watson. He's the guy who's the master of darts reviews for my liking, because his darts reviews are really good, well structured. They give you all the information about the different sets of darts. Really informative. Anyway, now I've given him that little bit of a plug. Plug number 2, don't forget the raffle. Right, now lads and lasses, just a little bit of a quick intervention here to remind you about the raffle. It's £2 a ticket, it's for the windmill high impact 2s, fantastic darts. You saw that I got 115.5 average with them on about the 3rd day of using them. With that set of high impact 2s, you'll get the Dynamite Dave setup, so you will also receive a set of flight click system, flights and stems, in the style and length that Dynamite Dave uses them. You'll receive a Darts Coaching with Dynamite Dave Totally Hockey badge, and I'll sign the boxes, etc. for you. So don't forget, £2 into there, helps the channel along. Thanks for watching, and let's get on with the video. Right, so here we are over in section 1. Part of your mental side of the game is the confidence that you have in what you're using, the equipment that you're using. So basically, your darts, your dart board, but not only that, it's the shoes that you wear, it's the dart shirt that you throw darts in. If you feel that your shirt is restrictive, and you'll know whether your shirt is restrictive, you'll know whether your pants are restrictive, you'll know whether you think your shoes don't feel good when you play darts in them. And that can make a massive difference to the way that you actually perform. What I believe that you should have an attitude where, if you're confident in everything that's around you and everything that you're wearing, everything that you're doing, the darts that you're using, the flights that you're using, the stems, the barrels, the points, normally what will happen is when you have a bit of a fall into bits, I've used this phrase thousands and thousands of times, when you have a bit of a fall into bits, you will look for something to blame. If you're looking for something to blame and you decide to blame your darts, then that is where you believe in your mind the weak spot is in your game. Or, well, the last time I played really well and I was in a different pair of shoes. They had a bigger heel on them, a smaller heel on them, they were more comfortable to wear. The trousers that I've got on, the ones that I've got on now, are tight jeans and I feel a bit restricted in them. It could be your shirt. Gerwin Price does, he plays in quite a tight t-shirt, but that t-shirt is very soft and will move with his body. Now if he was wearing, like some of them used to in the past, heavy cotton shirts, and I always thought to myself, that looks like it's restrictive, because you could see the whole shirt round the shoulder part lifting up, so that shirt to me didn't look like it was moving with his body. So that is a small part of the intricate way that the mental side of the game affects what you do and how you do it. A lot of people probably would just poo-poo that sort of thing, because they think that you just pick up a set of darts and you fling them at the board, and if you can fling them well at the board, they fling well at the board. But don't forget, as I've said in the videos leading up to this, in many videos leading up to this, darts is changing. At one time, if you go back and have a look at some of the old dart videos from the late 1960s, early 1970s, when the BDO was starting to go and the embassy was an actual phenomenon, you go and have a look, there's guys there throwing in flat caps, there's guys there throwing in cardigans, I even saw a guy throwing in what looked to me like a frigging overcoat. And you just think to yourself, well, look at the difference between that, which was literally 2 or 3 decades ago, and the difference between, say, 5 years ago, the way that the dart players were playing. You had quite a lot of dart players with really strange throws. The way that the actual game has come on, especially since the PDC, when the PDC started doing multiple television extravaganzas, and that's exactly what they are. Especially if you think about it, if you watch one of the big darts tournaments on TV, you'll notice, if you go back and look at one from, say, the year 2005, and then go and have a look at one last year's, the difference in the production value, the difference in the professionalism of the players. I mean, just look at how the women have come on. It's going like every other massive entertainment professional sport, like football, like rugby, like cricket. Whereas now we've got cricket TV, we've got football TV, we've got darts TV, we've got a Formula 1 TV. We've got, the more money that comes into it, the more professional that people have to get. Because when people are paying money to watch you play darts or drive a Formula 1 car, that is what drives on the excellence, because to win you have to become better, and the only way to become better is to become more logical, more mentally prepared, more physically prepared. 20 years ago, people used to come out of the pub and throw the leg over the bike and ride it in a race and win. As soon as the race was finished, they were guzzling like gallons of champagne and just going out and having the high life. Whereas now, to the gym, but for the simple reason is they want to win the week after and win another big pot of money. And that's exactly the same thing as it is with darts now. Years and years and years ago, it was an amateur and then a semi-amateur game. Basically, it was a pub game. That pub game now is developing into a phenomenon, a world phenomenon. You name virtually any country in the world that's developed, like Japan, like Thailand, like Australia, like England, like America, all those countries, all those developed countries, all have now a big darts community. And you can see there's halls with rows and rows of dartboards that are all being used. That never happened in the 60s, that never happened in the 70s, it never happened in the 2000s. It's all starting to come because people are now wanting to compete. People are now realising that if they use something like the Dynamite Dave way, which is, like I say, as I've developed it, there's now, you can see on my videos, there's thousands and thousands of people that I have helped to become good dart players. You can see in the comments the difference that it's made, and all I'm doing is I'm driving the game for the common man into a place where the common man in the pub is going to be playing at a 60 or 70 average rather than playing at a 25 average. And that, as a natural progression, even if I stop making videos today and never make another one, the groundwork has been done now and it's starting to follow on. We've got loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of junior players now that are playing in the Dynamite Dave way, teaching other people, using my methods to teach other people, which we've seen recently. And that's probably one of the biggest compliments in the world that I could get, is the fact that people who are dart players, famous dart players, are using my instructions to teach other people how to play darts. That is the biggest compliment in the world for me. What I want is, I want our game to progress, or some of the new ones that are coming through that are using my Dynamite Dave way, if they come along and teach people how to throw in that way, that is the biggest compliment in the world for me. Right, so now what we've done is we've talked a little bit about the mental side. We've gone off on a bit of a ramble like I usually do. So just to cap it off, what you need to do is build confidence in the equipment that you've got. When you have a fall into bits, you need the mental strength to realise that it's not the equipment, it's you. There's nothing wrong with your equipment, because your darts, you were throwing them fantastic yesterday, last week or the week before or 2 years ago. You should still be able to throw them exactly the same now, because the darts have not changed. It's you that's changed. It's what's going on in your head that's changed, and it might also be something that's going on with your body that's changed. Now, if something's happened with your body that's changed, then that's part of the physical side, and the physical side is controlled by the mental side. So that's where you have to go back to basics, like I always reported, I've always promoted, is going back to basics. Whenever you have a fall into bits, the best, the fastest and the easiest way to find out where you've gone wrong is to go back to basics and start again. Build your throw back up again. As I've said 1,000 times before, at first it might take you 2 weeks to build your throw back to where it should be, and then the next time it might take you a week to build it back. If you're coming across the same problem 2 or 3 times as you've had a fall into bits, then when you come back to rebuild again, you start from the beginning and you get to that part where you believe where you're going wrong miles quicker. And then if you get to that and it's not that, and it's nothing below that, it can only be something above that where you're going to, where you're building your back up, you throw back up to. If you've gone through your stance, you've gone through your address, you've gone through your setting yourself up with your arm, getting your arm right and everything, that's going backwards and forwards in the tip-top motion that you feel is correct, and then all of a sudden you think to yourself, I've started cocking my wrist back, I can see it there, then you know what to do then to put it back to where it should be. And that will come quicker and quicker and quicker. Right, so that's the mental side of a chuck and a chat for this month. So now what we'll do is we'll go on to the new darts review. So let's go over into section 2 right now. Right, so here we are, lads and lasses, in section 2. And what we're going to do now is a little bit of a darts review. Like I said, it's going to be a nice and simple one. Nothing fancy, really just a bit of an unboxing, a bit of a chuck. Right, so which darts have we got today? Well, the darts that we've got today are 2 times world champion Glen Durrant's. Right, so the darts themselves. So this is the box that they come in. Quite a nice, attractive little box, this. The one thing I do want to say about Glen is, and what I love about him, is the amount of passion that he's got for the game. He's one of the nicest guys in the sport. He wears his heart on his sleeve. You can tell when he wins a good match, the tears just well up and what have you, and you can just see how much it means to him. What a lovely, lovely bloke he is. And a fantastic dart player, of course. Right, so this is the box. We've got the box open now. Like I say, it's going to be a nice, simple and easy going review, this. Right, let's check them out. I've not actually had a look at these before, so it should be interesting. So there's the box over there. And this is how they come. In the little box there. First impressions. Well, they're a very attractive dart, I must say that. I mean, you know me, lads and lasses, I like a blue dart myself, but these are quite attractive for a red dart. Right, so let's get them out and have a quick look at them. A little silver inlay there with one of the flights attached into it. We've got a little silver inlay that comes with one of the darts attached in there. I think that's just for the showcase purposes. So let's build one of these up, shall we? Let's have a quick look at it. Now, it's quite a standard dart, this, quite a straight barrel, bull-nosed at the end here. There's a little bit of a taper off, but not much. You've got a nice black point there, black coated point, and what looks to me to be a pro grip medium stem. Right, now as we know, Glen Durrant uses these little pear-shaped flights. Quite an attractive flight, nice dozer motif on it, but yeah, quite an attractive dart. Now what I'll do is I'll get that right in nice and close there. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. What we'll do is we'll put, like we normally do, we'll put up on the actually as part of the video we'll put in some still photographs of them so you can have a good look at them. And now what we'll do is we'll chuck them for you. Right, so I'm just going to turn the camera around now and give them a chuck. Oh, Tunski. Look like a lot more from where I was stood. Not bad for the first ever chuck with them. So that's Tunski. Little grouping. All 2 at homes and 1s aways, even with these pie-shaped flights. Tunski.
Extension. He's done this without reference to any of the national leaders that I'm aware of. I mean, maybe you're from maybe Merkel and Macron have spoken. I just don't know. But if that's right, we have unelected
180.
from Luxembourg who has just overruled the Ben Act. Now, we may not like the Ben Act around this table, but for the boss of the EU Commission to effectively say, you accept this deal or you leave with no deal, or we have legislation preventing that, shows you this is a thugocracy. It's a deeply unpleasant. You know, I've seen the Irish twice vote against the EU treaties, to vote again. I remember very well the Danish.
Right, so as you can see there, the Glendurant darts, but the grouping was good. Really nice darts to throw, not badly balanced. Can't say anything bad about them. Very good dart. Right, lads and lasses, thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Nice little bit of a chuck there with the Glendurant darts. Very impressed, nicely balanced and everything, and even fly quite well with those little pear-shaped flights on them. They're just a really nice little dart. Right, just a little bit of more of information before we close off is the raffle for the high impact 2s are going to be drawn this Friday. So we've got a week today till the raffle takes place, and those darts will be winging the way on Saturday morning to you, wherever you are in the world. Don't forget it's £2 a ticket, so for every multiple of £2 you put in, you'll get a ticket allocated to you. That'll be drawn out of the app next Friday, sometime around dinner time. Good luck to everybody, get yourself a ticket, well worth it. £2 for an absolutely stunning set of darts. Just mention it again, I did 115.5 average with them, which is absolutely amazing. That was on about the 3rd day that I had them. Right, so that's fantastic. And right, so don't forget, lads and lasses, you'll only ever get out of this game what you're prepared to put in. Thanks for everybody for the support, buying the raffle tickets, sending the donations in. Can't thank you enough. It's what keeps this channel going, so please keep them donations coming. Right, so thanks for watching. And don't forget, lads and lasses, you'll only ever get out of this game what you're prepared to put in. And always, to the hockey!